Hello and welcome. So this is going to be a quick release. I'll guide you through it. I'm going to be releasing at the same time, so it'll add extra power to it. Now this release you can do on any subject, any feeling of disharmony, any feeling of anxiety, any feeling of resistance. So the way it works is, first of all, find something that's bothering you at the moment. It can be any subject. Relationship, money, not making enough money, a person. Just something in your life at the moment that bothers you when you think about it. And it's important to realize that from the neck upwards, this is more like a recording device. It records experiences, it records information, and it just feeds that information back to you like a loop. From the neck downwards is more of the feeling area. And this area is more important because you can actually delete and release feelings from the neck down. And this is how this primarily works, from the neck down. We use the head to activate certain things, but to reorganize, release it, and let it go, and work on the feeling level, we go from the neck downwards. So bringing that thing up, that whatever bothers you at the moment, and just notice how it feels from the neck downwards. Paying particular attention to the chest, the solar plexus, and the belly. Notice any areas of resistance, tightness, uneasiness. And first, just can you allow that feeling to be here? Without trying to change it, without trying to fix it, without trying to avoid it, and definitely not suppressing it anymore. So can you say yes to this feeling of uneasiness? Can you say yes to this feeling of tightness? And even, can you say yes to that tendency to want to change it or fix it? Can you allow that tendency to be here also? Can you make the feeling stronger? Can you make the tightness, the resistance, stronger in feeling? Can you bring it up? You can even ask it. And it will come up. It's just like a computer, you can access it. Can you allow yourself to feel that anxiety or that worry? And it will come up. So let it come up. It's just a feeling. It's just an energy trapped in the body. And just allow it to be here. Noticing where you feel the area the most resistance, the most tightness in your body. And now, as best you can you stop holding it down? You can imagine like a doorway or a window, and simply open the door, open the window, and just see if you can allow the energy to come up and be released. Just a little bit at a time. So just letting the energy come up, open the door, stop holding it down, and just let the energy start moving through you. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. And some more. And a little bit more. Can you let the energy come up and be released a little bit more? A little bit more. And a little bit more. And you may notice that the energy wants to come up, it wants to be released. It's just like nature. Water wants to move. The wind wants to move. Nothing wants to get stuck in one spot. The only reason it's stuck in there is because subconsciously we're holding it down. We're putting pressure on it, we're suppressing it, we're resisting it, we're trying to avoid it, and it makes it stuck. So stop holding it down, stop suppressing, just simply open the door on it, open the window, and just let the energy come up and out a little bit more. And a little bit more. A little bit more. And a little bit more. Good. And now notice, do you feel any different? Do you feel a little bit lighter, a little bit easier than before? Is your breath a little bit smoother, a little bit deeper? Are you more relaxed? Just keep letting it go. If there's still some there, just allow it to come up and be released. Stop holding it down. A little bit more. And a little bit more. And notice your tendency to try and work it out, or you've been trying to work this out, right? You've been, this problem, this relationship, this money situation, you've been trying to work it out with the mind. Can you let that feeling go of trying to work it out? Notice that how that feels when you're trying to work things out with the mind, that struggle. Notice that feeling. And can you let that feeling go? Can you stop holding on to that feeling of worry, of trying to work things out, and just let that feeling go? Stop, open the door, open the window, let that feeling come through the body a little bit more. And a little bit more. And a little bit more. And now noticing the disapproving of yourself because of these feelings. Because you can't work it out, because you're feeling uneasy. Notice the disapproval of yourself for having those feelings. So you're beating yourself up. So can you let go of this disapproving of yourself? Just for a moment. Maybe not asking for the rest or the whole of your life in this moment, but just in this moment, can you notice that sensation, notice that feeling of disapproving of yourself because you can't work it out, because you feel these feelings, you feel this uneasiness, you feel this anxiety, and then you're disapproving of these feelings and you're disapproving of yourself for having these feelings. So can you let go of disapproving of yourself in this moment? A little bit more. And a little bit more. Notice how disapproving of yourself feels inside. Where do you feel it? In the chest, solar plexus, belly? This beating up on yourself. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. This is too hard. I don't deserve it. Guilt, shame, anger, frustration, all directed towards yourself because you're disapproving of yourself. Can you let those feelings come up for a moment, the disapproval? And as best you can you stop holding it down? Can you stop trying to avoid it? Can you just simply open the door, open the window, and just let that feeling of tightness, of tension, disapproval, just let that feeling go. Let it come up and out a little bit at a time. A little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. And a little bit more. And a bit more. What good does disapproving of yourself have on the situation that you're trying to resolve? Does it enhance your life in any way? If you disapprove of yourself, if you beat yourself up, does it help any situation? Does it help any relationship? Does it help you make more money if you're disapproving of yourself? Does it help your health? Does it help your happiness? Does it help you sleep? then let go. Just practice. When you notice it coming up, just let it go. Let that feeling of disapproval go. It doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help anything. It just makes it worse. It makes the feeling stronger. So let's break this pattern and just simply start letting go of this disapproving of yourself, this feeling of disapproving of yourself. Let it go. A little bit more. And a little bit more. Good. So here you can also, you're making the decision. I can be miserable and disapprove of myself, or I can be happy and approve of myself. I can choose to be happy and approve of myself. So in this moment, make this decision. Are you going to be miserable and disapprove of yourself? Are you going to keep that going? Or are you going to let that go and you're going to be happy and you're going to start approving of yourself, no matter what happens? Make that decision right now. And just letting go of any more disapproval that's left. And we have to let go of the disapproving of ourselves, that pattern, that energy. We have to let that go first. We have to empty that out before we can start really layering on the approving of ourselves. If you focus just on approving of yourself without clearing out that pattern of disapproval, it doesn't seem to stick. But we have to focus on letting go of disapproving so that we can start approving of ourselves. So now, I want you to see if you can allow yourself to approve of yourself in this moment. Can you send yourself some approval in this moment for no reason? Can you give yourself some more approval? Some more approval? Some more approval? Can you give yourself some more love? Some more approval? And some more approval? Can you give yourself some more approval? And some more approval? And some more? And some more approval? Good. And noticing now how you feel about that situation that we started with, that subject, whether it be relationship or money. And notice the feeling if you just simply send that situation some approval. Can you send that relationship for no reason, just some love? Can you send that money problem some love, some approval? Just for no reason. Can you give it some more approval? Can you give them some more approval? And some more? And some more? And some more? Can you give it some more approval? Can you give yourself some more approval? And some more approval? And some more approval? Can you allow yourself to rest? Can you allow yourself to feel good? To be peaceful? To be happy? Can you allow yourself to feel happy? At ease? All these feelings, where are they coming from? They're coming from you. So most of the problems come because we're not able to discriminate between certain thought patterns, certain feelings. So this process teaches you and shows you when you're beating up on yourself and when you're holding on to certain things that aren't serving you. And once you can recognize that, once you start tuning into those feelings, then you can start releasing them. Releasing the negative feelings that have been suppressed or that you're holding on to, and just let them go. And start approving of yourself. Stop disapproving of yourself. Noticing when you're disapproving of yourself, and just release that tendency. Because it doesn't help at all. It doesn't help anyone, it doesn't help anything. So there's no advantage in disapproving of yourself. It's just a pattern that we've picked up. So notice when you're doing it, release it. And then see if you can give yourself some more approval. You can send yourself to sleep at night by just simply sending yourself approval. And that's it. So I recommend you listen to this audio often and just choose a different subject, whatever's bothering you. Just practice releasing on it. And then that's it. You'll be free and you can choose how you want to feel. And no one else is making you feel a certain way. How they feel is them, how you feel is you. But you do need these tools to take that power, that realization back, so that you can start to choose how you want to feel. Do you want to be miserable and beat up on yourself? Or do you want to feel good and approve of yourself and approve of the world? It's up to you. So that's it. Goodbye.